Hi guys, Tuva here. This is going to be a random video. Today I want to talk about one of the very sacred herbs, in fact the main one in my practice, and it's something that I love, and that is the herb Mugwort. Now Mugwort was called that because in olden days, in our ancestral times, the mug was the drinking vessel, but wort meant good for, so anything that was good for. Now mugwort was so good in all ways. They never used hops in them days in the beer, so they would add mugwort to the beer. Has a slightly bitter taste, but added to the beer gave a beautiful flavour, and so became very popular. Looking at it in other aspects, mugwort, when you look at it, grows wildly all over the place, in Europe, abroad, anywhere really. If you know what you're looking for, you will find it. Looks a little bit like a fern leaf, but it's got leaves that come off of it in a sort of shape of flames, so you can't mistake it. But on top of that, mugwort itself is easy to find because, unlike the other plants, it is green on one side and a beautiful sort of sheeny coloured silver on the opposite side. You might say to me, what can I do with it? How do I use it? Well, it's very good if you've got an inflammatory condition. You drink it in a tea and it aids the digestion. It's also a hallucinagenic, a very mild hallucinagenic. It's not one that's going to make you go on a high, but used in the right way will benefit you when you want to have a connection in the spiritual. Now the benefits of this particular herb are great because they are good for nervous disorders and fungal disorders. So with the nerval disorders, you could have things like migraines, epilepsy, MS. The list would go on, and it is great drunk regularly or smoked to get the properties that will help relax the body and so aid this particular thing. You can also use mugwort as a tea or in food for your digestion. It is brilliant for aiding fat absorption, so people that have problems absorbing fat added to their food would bring relief from that, and so you would be able to digest your food easier. It's also great in the magical. It's great used around midsummer, for that is when it is found in abundance, and so people will pick it at that time. Midsummer rituals in the woods, when you have a fire, it would be taken and worn as a crown, and then you would dance around the fire and you would be proclaiming you're protected and to ward off evil and to make your intention for the following year. A brilliant herb for that, because it's also used in people's homes in the winter months to ward off evil and seek protection. Anything negative would not be able to get to you. So you can in fact make a mugwort bundle. So you would wind it round into the size that you want. Then you would add the string and make it a ritual. As you go round with the string, you could say a chant, adding in what you want and then reversing it as you come back, so the string is all there and tied. Then you dry it out and leave it in a dark place for a while, and then you can burn it and smudge with it, and that will give off this beautiful aroma which you can then absorb yourself. That will give you a very great connection with the gods. It will lift you spiritually, will help you to connect easier, and so great for anything magical. Hang it around the house. It will just bring good energies into the home. And the best way, if you want to get vivid or lucid dreams, make a little pillow and put mugwort in it and put it under your pillow, and you will have these dreams. You will get very strong connections in your sleep, and that can help a lot of people with their magical practice. It's also good for the fungal problems. Thrush, ringworm, make it into a tincture and add it to the skin. So any problems like that. Another area you can use mugwort in, guys, is if you suffer with anxiety or nervousness. It will really help you to stay calm and centered within. And what more could you want from something like that? It comes also from the family of St. John's wort. So that in particular is used to help you sleep, and it's for depression, similar with mugwort. So how would you use it for that? Well, it's very easy. Basically, adding the leaves to some warm water and leaving it to cool off in a dark room. Leave for a couple of days until it's infused. Sometimes people put them in a bag so that you haven't got to pick all the leaves out. When you think you've left it long enough, you take the bag out and you're left with the water. You can also add other herbs to it as well, finding out the properties of others and just adding it in. Nettle is very good, and other things like lemon balm, just to make it taste a little bit better. You can then just use a couple of drops on your tongue. That will help you with your anxiety and your nervousness. It could reference the term moonwalk, because the moon is so linked to plants growth and linked to women's menstrual cycles, and anybody out there that has menstrual issues, pain or diseases of the fallopian tubes or anything that comes monthly that's going to be very painful, mugwort will aid that by calming down and stopping the inflammation within. Women that drink mugwort in a tea, an infusion, around these times will find an improvement in their symptoms within a couple of months. So it's another good thing that it can be used for, specifically for women around the time of menopause, when issues are up and down and women do not know where they are physically, mentally, spiritually, bodily. They are all over the place, and mugwort is very good drunk in tea again, or smoked. But it is great for menopause, it is great for hormone imbalance, it is great for menstrual issues. So another way it can be used. I use mugwort as a protection. I use it around my altar. I love to burn it as an incense, because it will bring you to the gods. It will bring and uplift you spiritually. And if you're not feeling it, you burn some of that and you will be feeling it. So let's get into a quick rune for the day. And just the one rune, and I think it's this one. Okay. Kenaz is the rune of fire. It is the rune of the torch and enlightenment. And as such, it is possible that today you need to shine a light on where you're feeling. And at the moment, everybody in this particular country is feeling the loss of our dear Queen, the wonderful lady that gave her all for 70 years. Now, this isn't talking about that, but I want you to realise that this is probably looking at what's happening in the country and to everybody in it. It is a mass thing. We've got a new commissioner of the police, we've got a new prime minister, and we have a new king. Three things major is shifting the energies of this country all around the world. It has made a big impact on what's happening now. Things are going to change. There's going to be a lot of change. And with Kenaz, I feel it's saying a light is being shone upon situations now. That the country and people in general are having to look at themselves and see where they're standing. Are we a unified population? No. But this is saying, look at these areas and bring us all together and bring strength and might to ourselves. It's not always just about us or our families. It's about Hilda down the road or Fred around the corner. Do we even know our neighbours? This is saying, shine a light there. Use your enlightenment to enlighten others. Are we doing our utmost today on a very sad time? Are we aiding those around us? In our own families, there may be division. You may feel sad about the Queen and what's happening, and you may have a partner that doesn't. Look at our rich history. Look at how the ancestors lived, our kings of the past, what they did to bring this country to where we're at now. Do we want to lose that, or do we want to keep that? I would say I would love to keep it. We have that beautiful history, and I do believe that the King will bring a new light and a new history to come, and that light is being shone through Kenaz. I just want one more rune. It feels undone, and I just want to bring that through. So let's have a look. Okay, we have Ingwas. How relevant is that, guys? Ingwas, rune of peace and harmony. The fact that it is built around the King Ing, walked amongst us as a king and brought peace and harmony, and the world was wonderful until he went back. Ingwas was about justice and bringing through the truth and positivity. Also a way to live with laws and abiding the peace, agreement, love and peace. This is what we need. This is what this country needs. This is what we need, guys. And only we can bring it through. So Ingwas comes to show you that. And if you look, and I've said this before, if you look, you can see Gebo, double Gebo, which is giving and receiving. So you give your love, you will receive your love. Positive thoughts, positive actions are needed at this time. A time of mourning a past, a chapter gone. Some people don't feel affected by it, but others do. No one can deny that this is a historical event, and to have 3 major events happening at the same time, we need that strength and that love amongst all of us. We need to unify. We need to bring our energies together, and that is all about the outer part of our lives, guys. Not always about us and what's happening within us. It is within us, but it's also saying bring it out to others. Show that love and respect for others, but also make time to grieve, for this is an end of the Elizabethan era. We're now into a different era, and for some of us it's going to mean more than for others, and we just need to be aware. This is how I feel the runes is telling us, because at the moment I see the angelics, I see a big stir in the spiritual, and people will be feeling that because so much has happened. The vibration is hitting the spiritual world, and because of this, all spiritual people out there are going to be feeling it. They're going to be emotional. They're going to be feeling a bit loose with it all, a bit confused even. And so we need to support everybody, spiritually as well as physically, as well as mentally. And I'm going to leave it there today, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the video. I want to thank any new subscribers. I really do appreciate it. For those of you who have a little watching now and again, think about subscribing, for you will then get notified every time I upload. And to those that are always there supporting me, I really do appreciate you guys. But please do put in the comments anything you'd like to know, or anything you'd like me to do a video on, whether you're still interested in the runes or whether you want different subjects. I am going to do different herbs because I think it's good for people to know the different things and to use it, make use of it. Don't just read or listen to videos about these things, actually put it into practice. Now, Mugwort is easy to use and it's very vibrant and it will bring a lot of joy to you. Make use of it, get used to the energies of it, and you'll love it and you'll be using it all the time. I'll be back in the week. I'm not sure because of things that's going on and I'm very busy. I don't know about readings every day, but I will get at least 2 to 3 out a week. You'll get other stuff added to it, and the weekend you'll get a totally different video. So I'm going to leave it and I'm going to see you when I see you. So take care of yourselves and blessings to you all. So wherever you are, whatever time of day, night or evening it may be, I wish you the best ever. House of the Land.